Like all media, video games has its collection of characters both great and terrible. Many people have complained about the worst characters in gaming, and some have even talked about their personal favorites. But unlike those before me, I will be talking about not only the best characters in this medium, but the objective best characters in gaming. Now keep in mind, this list was insanely hard to make, as the criteria for being the objective best character was one that only a few could actually fit, to the point where I could only talk about 5 characters as opposed to the usual 10. Let that be a sign of how high the bar has been raised. With all that said, let's get started. When I bring up the Super Mario Bros. Franchise, I'm pretty sure a lot of terrible characters just flash before your eyes. Awful characters like Rosalina, Fawful, Count Bleck, and many more horrible characters that we just can't stand. There is an exception to this rule, and that is the greatest character in the Mario series, Toad. You love him, I love him, and even Nintendo loves him. So much so that he is everywhere, and I do mean everywhere. And after all, why else would Nintendo go out of their way to ignore making new or interesting characters when we have the greatest character ever crafted by man? Anything else would be seen as a downgrade from the majesty that is Toad. The Ace Attorney series is well known for its collection of great characters, the few that stand out being the prosecutors. And unlike your pompous rival or your emo samurais, very few compare to the greatness of Winston Payne. Starting off as the first character you face off against in the first 4 games, Payne clearly has a lot of respect for the protagonist, as unlike most people with common sense, he throws you to the sharks by making comments about your status as a rookie. Sadly, he has a tendency to lose quite often, which is obviously to build up the confidence of his opponents to jumpstart their career as an ace attorney. And all I have to say is, what a nice guy. On the bright side, thanks to all these losses, Winston Payne has proven that he is without a doubt the most humble character in the entire Ace Attorney series. After all, you have to be the most humble person in the world after losing again and again and again and again. You know, maturity is something very rarely acknowledged in character analysis, especially when talking about video game characters. Time to start this trend by acknowledging the quality that's overflowing throughout the internet by presenting the most mature character in all of media, Sticky from Fallout 3. Of all the side quests in Fallout 3, Sticky's is probably the most well designed in the whole game, that being an escort quest from one side of the map to the other. Along the way, you'll hear great tales of dogs, robots, or men, whose individual plots are the most well-crafted in all of media. However, along the way, the sad fact is revealed that being one of the best characters in the Fallout series will cause every other character in the game to want Jack dead, and will go out of their way to attack poor perfect Sticky, due to their unquantified jealousy of him. And with such memorable quotes as, who wouldn't want him dead from having to compete with such a memorable character? Many people who enjoy this hobby are currently in, or have been to college, and went through said tribulations associated with university. Thankfully, this audience has its own representation in the world of Undertale with Temmie. Temmie's entire character is symbolic of the university student's experience from his humble beginnings making money for Kool-Aid by working at the Tem shop, and after getting enough muns to enter college, his body moving off screen is clearly symbolic of abandoning your personal happiness for a short while to attain a better future. And finally, his return shows all of the knowledge and experience acquired from Kool-Aid and how he has grown not only as a Tem, but as an armor manufacturer. Truly a smart and symbolic view on being a university student, and an inspiring accomplishment that has brought a tear in the eyes of many, including myself. You know when you have a massive problem when you have too many friends and family members and you just can't get enough Christmas cards for all of them? Well, Jasper Bret Jr. is here for us with his amazing idea to kill everyone you know and love to reduce your group of friends and family to you and one cat. And all I have to say is, wow, what a nice guy. His use of goons to kill all of his opponents for him is quite a nice way of keeping crime off the streets through capitalism, which is smart and totally not cowardly of him. And finally, his battle is a massively symbolic view on how unsatisfying getting revenge really is, by having one of the most illogical, frustrating, and annoying battles ever made, all of which were implemented clearly for deep and artistic reasons that only people who lack refined taste wouldn't appreciate in its implementation, which, if you're wondering, is on par with choices that don't affect anything in the story and level design that consists of one long hallway with an overbearing narrator. And one final note, if for some reason you disagree with every character on the list, well, I guess you lack the refined taste to appreciate the greatest characters ever made. With all that said, I'm signing out.